Man, if you've ever gone up against Bommal the freaking Dreadhorn, you already know the pain I'm about to talk about. This dude is pure evil. Like, why did Plarium even make him this annoying? He's sitting there in Doom Tower Rotation 3, acting like the final boss of your patience. He's throwing out bombs that can't be blocked, HP burns that eat through your team, buff removals, and just when you think you've got a rhythm going, boom! He summons those stupid dread bombs that explode in your face for half your health bar. And the worst part? He's got crazy high accuracy, so there's literally no escaping his nonsense. It doesn't matter how much resistance you stack, those bombs are landing no matter what. Bommal isn't just a boss. He's a full-blown nightmare for so many players. I swear, he's the reason half the player base started building new champions out of rage. But hey, don't worry, I got you. In this video, we're talking about 11 absolute beasts who can make this massive pain in the ass look like a total joke. Yeah, we're taking down Bommal the Dreadhorn, the easy way. Before we jump into the actual video, so if you've been thinking about checking out Raid Shadow Legends, or maybe starting a fresh account, this is the perfect time to do it. Just use my special link down in the description. You'll start off strong with Elenaril as your sign-up legendary, and Michelangelo as your 7th day reward. And here's the best part. If you use the promo code Dessert Queen, you'll also get 2 Hanorok, another crazy legendary champion, completely free. And that's not all. They've even tossed in some awesome epic champions as you level up. So seriously, what are you waiting for? Go grab Raid using the link below, jump in and support the channel. Alright, now let's get into the video. Let me make one thing super clear. The 11 champions I'm about to show you are completely farmable and 100% budget friendly to upgrade. I'm not out here flexing some crazy mythical or ultra rare legendary that nobody has. Nah, this list is for the real players. The ones grinding day and night, trying to beat Bommal without selling their soul to RNG. And listen, I know not everyone's packing the perfect team or the most busted champs in the game, so don't worry. I've got a few rare champions in here too that can absolutely melt this boss like he's made of butter. So yeah, trust me, you're gonna wanna watch this one till the very end. Don't skip a second, because I promise every single pick here can make your life against Bommal a whole lot easier. Alright, let's get into it. Starting off the list at number 11, we got Templar. Yeah, a rare champion. Don't sleep on this guy, because even though he's not flashy, he can actually solo Bommal the Dreadhorn if you build and time him right. Now, here's the deal. Templar's secret weapon is his block damage ability. When you trigger that at the perfect moment, he just shrugs off all those bombs like they're nothing. But here's the catch. You gotta manually time it. This isn't one of those set and forget auto runs. You'll need to watch for Bommal's bomb cycles and activate block damage right before they explode. Do that right, and he'll survive everything this boss throws at him. It's not the fastest run in the world. Honestly, it's kinda slow, but it's super reliable. Once you've got him going, Templar can keep cycling that block damage every 3 turns, basically making himself immortal against Bommal's nonsense. Just make sure he's speed-tuned slightly slower than Bommal so his block damage lines up perfectly with the bomb explosions. And for masteries, War Master is the way to go. It'll help him chip down Bommal's HP bit by bit, since this fight is all about endurance. Oh, and one more thing. Don't get trigger happy with his other abilities. Avoid using anything that could accidentally debuff the boss, because you don't want to mess with Bommal's mechanics and make the fight harder than it needs to be. So yeah, Templar might not look like much, but if you're patient and play smart, this man can solo one of the hardest bosses in the Doom Tower. Pretty wild for a rare, right? Alright, sliding in at number 10, we got Samar Gemcursed, and bro, this dude is built different. He's one of those champions that just refuses to die, no matter how hard Bommal tries to blow him up. His secret? That diamond skin passive. This thing is clutch. Whenever Samar's HP drops below 30%, it automatically kicks in and throws up a block damage buff, basically saying, nope, not today. So when those dread bombs go off and you're expecting to see your team evaporate, Samar's just standing there like it's a mild inconvenience. And yeah, the best part? He can solo Bommal with the right setup. You just gotta build him with high speed so he can outturn the boss and keep those skills cycling. throw in some support masteries to keep things consistent, and he'll keep shrugging off explosions like they're tickles. The man's like a walking try again button for Bommal's nonsense. Seriously, once you get him rolling, he's one of the smoothest and safest solo options out there. So yeah, Samar Gemcursed, absolute MVP for anyone sick of watching their team go boom every 10 seconds. Coming in at number 9, we got Kyoku. And let me tell you right now, this warrior is an absolute beast when it comes to taking down Boml, especially on those nightmare runs like Hard Floor 90. Kyoku's kit was basically made for this fight. Her A3 gives her that sweet block damage buff, which is a lifesaver when Boml starts tossing bombs like it's the 4th of July. Combine that with her passive healing, and you've got a champion who just refuses to die. She takes the explosions, dusts herself off, and keeps swinging. But it gets even better. Her A2 drops that HP burn debuff on those side dread bombs, and that's huge. Why? Because when those dread bombs pop, that HP burn actually damages Boml himself. So yeah, she's not just surviving. She's literally turning his own bombs against him. And here's the crazy part. With the right build and gear setup, Kyoku can solo Boml completely. Like, she doesn't even need backup. Just her buffs, and a whole lot of patience. So yeah, Kyoku is one of those champions that doesn't just beat Boml, she embarrasses him. Total queen energy right here. Alright, at number 8, we've got Raf-Matab. And let me tell you, this dude's got that tank energy that Boml just can't handle. Raf is one of those champions who's basically built to laugh at bombs. His A2 gives him a block damage buff that keeps him completely safe when things start blowing up around him. So yeah, while your other champs are out here exploding left and right, Raf's just chilling, like, what bombs? Now, here's the fun part. He can actually solo Boml if you build him right. But you gotta pay attention to the setup. We're talking high HP, speed tuning, and throwing him in something like an immortal or regeneration set so he can keep himself topped off between those explosions. If you get that balance right, speed, sustain, and timing, he becomes unkillable. You can even run him full auto if he's properly booked and tuned, or go manual if you want to be extra safe and time his block damage perfectly. He's kinda like that calm, collected dude in every action movie. Everything's on fire, bombs going off everywhere, and he's just walking through the chaos like, yeah, I got this. So yeah, Raf-Matab, absolute unit. Build him right, and he'll carry you through Boml like it's a casual dungeon run. Number 7, Visix. Visix is a strong pick for Boml, especially on hard difficulty, because her kit is excellent at controlling both Boml and his dread bombs. She shines in teams that use her crowd control and turn meter reduction to manage the fight, while pairing perfectly with champions like Vogoth for healing and Geomancer for bomb reflection. With the right team synergy, she becomes a reliable tool for making one of the hardest Doom Tower bosses much more manageable. Alright, coming in hot at number 6, we got Vogoth. And this dude is basically Boml's worst nightmare. Vogoth's whole thing is his passive healing, and it's downright broken in this fight. Every time he takes a hit, he heals your entire team for 50% of the damage he takes. And here's the crazy part. Those dread bombs that Boml summons? Yeah, they actually count as enemies. So when those bombs go off and your team's about to get nuked, Vogoth's just standing there soaking up the blast like a tank and instantly healing everyone back up. It's like the man runs a personal medbay mid-fight. And get this, if you run multiple Vogoths, oh, it gets stupidly good. Those heals start stacking, and you can literally negate almost all bomb damage. It's wild. You'll watch Boml throwing everything he's got, and your health bars just bounce right back like nothing happened. That's why Vogoth's basically a cornerstone for any team trying to survive this madness. He turns the fight from, oh no, we're dead, to, wait, did Boml even do anything? So yeah, Vogoth is that big, ugly MVP you didn't know you needed. Get him built, and Boml suddenly doesn't seem so scary anymore. Alright, rolling into number 5, we've got Burangiri. And this dude is such a sleeper pick for Boml. Like seriously, most players don't even realize how good he is for this fight until they actually try him out. Burangiri's real power comes from his passive ability, and it's ridiculous for this boss. Every time an ally or enemy dies, he heals himself. And we're not talking tiny heals here. It's a massive chunk of HP every single time something blows up. And since Bommal's fight is basically an endless cycle of bombs exploding and dread bombs dying, that passive goes off constantly. That's what makes him so strong. He just keeps healing through all the chaos. The explosions actually work in his favor. With the right build, this guy can solo certain Bommal stages completely on his own. Now, if you want to play it a little safer, a lot of people duo him with someone like Sun Wukong, just to make the run smoother and more consistent. But even solo, Burangiri can hang in there like a champ. When you're building him, just focus on high HP, defense, speed, and throw him in a regeneration or immortal set so he's constantly topping off between bomb cycles. So yeah, Burangiri doesn't just survive Bommal's chaos, he feeds off it. Every explosion just makes him stronger. Dude's like the definition of, you can't kill what keeps healing. Alright, sliding in at number 4, we've got Lady Annabelle. And don't let the name fool you, this lady is an absolute menace to Bommal the Dreadhorn. Now, her passive ability is what makes her such a monster in this fight. Every time an enemy dies, and yeah, that includes those little dread bombs Bommal keeps spamming, she heals herself for a huge chunk of HP. So basically, Bommal's biggest weapon ends up being her personal healing machine. Every explosion that's supposed to kill her just keeps her alive longer. Pair that with a regeneration and immortal gear set, and she turns into a walking healing engine. And don't forget, her A1 also heals her every time she attacks, so she's constantly topping herself off, even between bomb explosions. And here's the crazy part. With the right build, she can solo even the toughest versions of this fight, including Bommal 90 Hard. Like, we're talking one-woman show levels of power here. Lady Annabelle doesn't just survive, she thrives in chaos. Every bomb that goes off just makes her stronger. She's like, thanks for the heal, Bommal. So yeah, if you're looking for a reliable, consistent, and tanky solo champ for this boss, Lady Annabelle is an absolute gem. Alright, coming in strong at number 3, we got Helicath, and man, this guy is built for survival. If Bommal's explosions have been wrecking your team, Helicath's here to make that nightmare stop. This dude's all about that block damage life. His kit basically says, go ahead, Bommal, do your worst. I'm not taking a single point of damage. And that's exactly what makes him so good for this fight. Those unblockable bombs? Yeah, doesn't matter. Helicath just shrugs them off like they never existed. With the right build, he can even solo Bommal, especially on normal difficulty. And if you tune him properly, you can even push him into full auto runs. But fair warning, that build's gonna be pretty gear intensive. You'll need top-tier stats and smart tuning to make sure his block damage rotation stays tight and he never gets caught off guard. Still, once he's geared up right, he's an absolute wall. The man basically turns the Bommal fight into a highlight reel of him, ignoring explosions while slowly burning the boss down. So yeah, Helicath is that unkillable legend that turns one of the toughest Doom Tower bosses into target practice. Reliable, strong, and just straight up unfair when built right. Alright, at number 2, we've got Crimson Helm. And listen, this champion is a total lifesaver when it comes to Bommal, especially on those nasty hard floor 90 runs that make everyone want to throw their phone across the room. Crimson Helm's strength comes from pure survivability. When you build her right, I'm talking high HP, solid defense, and gear her up in regeneration and immortal sets, she becomes a self-healing tank that just refuses to go down. Her key move? That Red Lady passive. It heals her every single time an enemy dies, which includes those little dread bombs Bommal keeps spamming like confetti. So, while your screen's lighting up with explosions, Crimson Helm's over here healing from the chaos. And that's the whole secret to why she works. She doesn't need a full team to babysit her. Once she's tuned right, she can solo Bommal straight up, even on the toughest floors. She just keeps healing, surviving, and slowly burning the boss down turn after turn. So yeah, Crimson Helm might not look like a heavy hitter at first glance, but in the Bommal fight, she's an absolute survival queen. Built right, she makes Hard Floor 90 look like a walk in the park. Alright, taking the crown at number 1, we've got the absolute legend himself, Master Butcher. Yeah, you heard that right. A rare champion topping the list. And trust me, this dude earns it. Master Butcher's passive, heat exchange, is just built different. Every time he takes damage, he heals your entire team for the amount of damage he just took. and that includes damage from Bommal's Dread Bombs, which hit for like 40% of your max HP. So what happens when those bombs go off? Instead of wiping your squad, Master Butcher just converts that pain into healing. Your team gets blasted, and then instantly patched up. It's wild. Now, there's a trick to making him work perfectly. You gotta make sure he's the tankiest one on your team. Give him the highest HP, good speed, and throw him in immortal or regeneration sets so he can keep himself alive between explosions. Because yeah, small catch, he doesn't heal himself. So that sustain gear is mandatory. Once he's built right though, bro, he's a budget beast. He turns Bommal's biggest threat into a literal healing source for your squad. The dude's like, oh, you thought those bombs were gonna kill us? Nah, man, thanks for the heals. So yeah, Master Butcher, rare champion, cheap to build, and an absolute game changer for this boss. You don't need mythicals, you don't need legendaries, just this guy and a solid setup, and Bommal's gonna be crying in his horn. And hey, if you haven't already, make sure to grab Raid Shadow Legends using the link in the description. It really helps the channel out. Alright, so there you have it. 11 of the absolute best champions to take down Bommal the Dreadhorn, one of the most annoying bosses in the entire Doom Tower. Whether you're running budget rares or top-tier legendaries, these champs will make that fight so much easier. Bommal might think he's unstoppable, but trust me, with the right setup, you can completely shut him down. So, build smart, tune your speeds, and let these champions do what they do best. If this video helped you out, make sure to drop a like, subscribe for more daily raid content, and let me know down in the comments, who's your go-to Bommal killer? Alright, that's it for today. Take care, good luck with your runs, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.